This one. Oh, sorry. Share. This one. Okay, let's start. Yeah. Today we will discuss about Monte Carlo simulation. I think you already know about this, yeah. But in advance, I mean that previously I think in introduction to industrial engineering and also in system modeling, yeah, you have learned about Monte Carlo simulation, but only for one distribution, yeah, which is discrete distribution. But if the data, because previously you have learned about input modeling, actually when we try to get data upon the input of a system, then we can try to model it using probability distribution, yeah. And there are a lot of distribution type. So not only discrete, yeah, it can be normal, log normal, and so on. You already know about this, yeah, in input modeling. So after you model your input, you know the distribution of the input. And after that, if you want to use Monte Carlo simulation, then today we discuss about the technique to run the Monte Carlo simulation based on several distribution type. Okay, this is the course lecture design. So actually we are here at number 5. And next week, I think we will have 2 sessions to finish the number 6 and number 7. Okay, and then, okay, for the introduction, what is Monte Carlo simulation? Actually, a simulation that is employing random numbers, that is from 0 to 1. So here we will use random number from 0 to 1 to pick sample from a domain. Yeah. So the domain is the data itself. After that, the question is how to take the sample from the data. That's the question. And if we use Monte Carlo simulation, then we must use a random number from 0 to 1. It is like when we in the reality, yeah, it is like when we throw a dice, then we will have some value. Then after that, based on the value, we can take the sample. So because we want to simulate because we want to run it using computer, it's called a simulation. So we will work with random number from 0 to 1. And then Monte Carlo simulation originated during World War, for the development of the atomic bomb. So actually, this is old technique, but until now still being used, to run a simulation. Okay. Now, before we talk about Monte Carlo simulation, this is the fundamental of the simulation, fundamental of the probability. Okay, we need to know about event. Event is a desired outcome. For example, a condition when demand equals to 100, this is called as event. And after that, we also need to know about the probability. Probability is the chance of getting the desired outcome. So if we refer back to the previous, to the event definition, then we can try to arrange. The probability of D equals to 100 is, let's say, 70% or 0.7. How to calculate this, how to get this? It's based on the data. Actually, if we work with simulation, we need to collect not only single data. We need to collect a set of data. The size can be 30, can be 50, and so on. And you already know about the concept. If we have more data, it will be better. Because we need to know that we collect the data from the steady state condition, like that. Okay, based on the data, then we can try to calculate. How to calculate like this? For example, following is the D historical data. Let's say we take how many data? We can try to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For example, we take 10 sample, 10 sample from the domain. And after that, this is the data taken, the data taken from the domain. 100, 120, 100, 130, 140, and so on. And after that, we can try to group it, based on the frequency. Okay, let's say, 100. We have the value 100. After that, we can try to count, the data, which is equal to 100. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 3 times. So from here, we know that the probability of 100 will be 3, divided by 10, that equals to 0.3. And also we can continue. because we have another value 120. Also, there are 2 times. Then after that, we can try to calculate the probability of an event when t equals to 120 equals to 2/10. It equals to 0.2, and so on. Yeah, you can continue by yourself. Yeah, this is the total equals to 10. Yeah, after, because we already know, we already count it. Yeah, it equals to 10. There are 10 data. I mean. Okay, now if we do like this, yeah, if we calculate the probability like this, it means that we use discrete, yeah, we use discrete discrete distribution. Why? Because we can discretize the data. We can discretize the data, yeah, become 100, 120, 130, and so on. Yeah. So if we use discrete distribution, related with Monte Carlo simulation that uses random number to pick the sample, how to pick the sample by a given random number. Okay, for example, this is the domain, and after that, how to take sample from this, like that, yeah. If you want to use Monte Carlo simulation, I think you already know about this technique, yeah. For example, when the random number is 0.873, what is the demand value picked up by that number? Okay, we can use Excel, yeah, Excel software. Okay, I record the demand here, 100, 120, 130, and so on. And after that, I record the frequency of every data. Then after that, if you look at here, yeah, I need to arrange probability column, and the formula will be like this. I purposely click this one, yeah, so you can see the formula, yeah, to calculate the probability. Okay, 0.3 comes from 3, yeah, C3, yeah, C3, this one, divided by C8. C8 is this one. Yeah, so the frequency divided by the sum of the frequency, and of course it's 0.3. After that, we can copy down, and after that, for the cumulative probability, I think you already know about this, yeah, the formula. It will be 0.3 plus 0 plus 0.3 plus 0.3 from the first, and then for the second is 0.3 plus 0.2, and so on. Yeah, at the end, we must make sure that we have 1. Yeah, and after that, because 0.873, this is the random number, is fall between 0.8 to 1, this one, yeah, then we take 150, yeah, as the pickup, yeah, t value, like that. This for discrete distribution. Okay, student, I think you're already familiar with this, yeah, but again, I want to ask you before we continue, is there any question?
Sir, could you go back to previous slide? For the probability of 70%, is it up to us, or is it given on a case study? It's
No.
70%.
Yeah, to calculate this, we must use this technique.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is another example, yeah. Not simply this, but it's another example.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other question, please? No? Let's continue, yeah. How if, yeah, we have continuous data? That's the question. Yeah, previously we can discretize the data. After that, we can try to count, yeah, the frequency of every data. But if we have continuous data, then the frequency of every data will be the same. If like that, can we use the same technique? Cannot. Yeah. If cannot, then how? Yes, we already know. Yeah, we need to model the input. We need to model the data using probabilistic distribution. Yeah. Then, okay. For example, yeah, if the data is continuous, then the continuous probability, then the what is previous example called as discrete distribution. If the data is continuous, then the data will follow, yeah, continuous probability distribution. Sorry, I made mistake, yeah. For example, the historical data shows that the D is fall from 100 to 150. Okay, we can check again, yeah. From here, we can try to identify the mean and maximum of the data. The mean is 100, the maximum is 150. Okay, this is another example, yeah, not based on this example. This is another example. Okay, from the historical data, we can identify the mean and maximum data. And after that, yeah, if the data is continuous, yeah, continuous data, I mean we cannot discretize, yeah, the data. Yes, actually we can discretize the data, yeah, because we talk about demand. But when we discretize the data, it will be 100, 101, 102, and so on, and the frequency is same. Yeah, all of frequency is 1111 until 150. So if like that, then yeah, we have continuous distribution, not discrete. Okay. Then after that, how to define distribution? You already know. We can use Python using filter. At end, then we can define the best distribution that fit with the data. Okay, but the concept is like this. We can recount the data. The minimum is 100, the maximum 150, and after that, the probability of this data will be the same. What is the probability value? 0.02. From where? From 1/50. 50 is the range of this data. So we just subtract the maximum with the minimum, we can get the range of the data. 1/the range, it equals to the probability of every data. It's same, 0.02, like that. Then after that, if we want to use Monte Carlo simulation, then how? How to implement Monte Carlo simulation? Because in Monte Carlo simulation, we will use random number to pick the sample of the data. So we can use this formula, that's very simple. Okay, for example, if the random number is 0.575, then the pickup value, the pickup value is this one, D equals to the minimum one plus the random number, times the range. Why like this? Okay, I need to go back. I need to use this diagram, this graph. Okay, the data, the pickup data must be fall in this interval from 100 to 150. So we need to make sure the minimum is 100 and the maximum is 150. Okay, because the probability of every data occurred is same 0.02. So if like that, if the random number is 0.575, I go back here, 0.02 for 100. After that, for 101, 0.02 again. Total 0.04. So we need to sum until 0.575, the random number. So if like that, we can use this formula. The minimum plus the random number times the interval. Or the range. The range. So here, 100, plus 0.575, plus times the range. So we got this for this value. Then we got 128.75. Because we talk about demand, then we can round up, become 129, like that. That's for uniform distribution. But again, before we implement this formula, we need to know the distribution of the data first. How to do that? You already know about that, in the input modeling. You can use Python software using filter at end, to get the best distribution of the data. Okay, student. Any question for uniform distribution?
Sir.
Yes.
Is it better for us to round out the value or just leave it in the decimal for the result in uniform
it depends
distribution?
on the case. Depends on the case. Because we talk about demand, then it's better for us to use integer.
Oh because demand cannot be decimal. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Any question again, please?
Sir.
Yes, please.
Can we use Excel instead of filter or Python?
Excel. Yeah, can. So I will show you. If you want to use Excel, share screen. I already prepared the Excel. This one, like this. Can you see my Excel now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here the minimum data is white. Sorry, this one. Okay, the minimum data is 100. The maximum data is 150. So here, if you want to simulate, because we use Monte Carlo simulation, this one is the trial. Let's say trial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the random number, and this is the pickup, pickup sample. Okay, the random number we can use rand, and after that we copy down because we want to run for 5 times, and the pickup sample will equals to, okay, the minimum, yeah, we log it, plus the random number times the range, yeah, the maximum minus the minimum one. Like this. Yeah, and after that, yeah, we integrate, yeah, we make it integer like that. Then we got the pickup sample like this, yeah. Is it clear, Muhsin?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Then I will go back to my slide again. That's for uniform distribution, yeah. Please make sure the data is following uniform distribution. After that, you can use this formula.
So,
If not, then, yeah.
in the uniform distribution is like the inventory probabilistic model.
The case is probabilistic model, but yeah, after we collect the data, we need to test the distribution of the data first. How to test? You can use Python. Yeah, you can use Python software with filter add-ins, yeah, in order to get the best, yeah, distribution that fit with the data. For example, if the distribution is uniform, then in order to pick the sample from the data, we can use this formula like that. But if the distribution is not uniform, we must use another formula, not this formula again. Is it clear, Mohsin?
Yes. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. For example, if you have another distribution, let's say normal distribution. Okay. Okay. Before we go further, we need to know about normal distribution. Yeah. Normal distribution, also known as the Gaussian distribution, is a probability distribution that is symmetric upon the mean, showing that the data near the mean are more frequent in occurrence. Yeah. The data far from the mean. So yeah. If we plot the data, and after we plot the data, the histogram it will be like this, similar like this, yeah, like the pair. Then, yeah, at the middle, yeah, we have the mean of the data, usually symbolized with mu, yeah, equals, let's say, equals to 120. And after that, we also can use Excel to calculate the standard deviation of the data. Let's say we got, yeah, standard deviation equals to 30. If like that, then, yeah. Okay, if we want to calculate, just for example, yeah, if we want to calculate the probability of D with a value, for example, D with value equals to 130, then we can use Excel, yeah, using this formula, norm.this, because we want to calculate the probability of D equals to 130 occurrence, yeah, the probability of occurrence of D equals to 130, then we can use this formula, yeah, 130. And based on this data, we know the mean is 120 and the standard deviation is 30. Then, yeah, we put here and here for the next, yeah, for the next parameters, and we put through. Through means that we use cumulative distribution, yeah, of the normal distribution. Then we got this value, and this value is the probability, yeah, of D equals to 130 occurrence. Like that. Okay, student. So if you want to run Monte Carlo simulation, yes, we can use, yeah, inverse formula. Because in Monte Carlo simulation, we already have the random number, not like this, yeah. If like this, yeah, we know the D value first. After that, we calculate the probability of this, yeah, of this D occurrence, yeah, in our system. But in Monte Carlo simulation, it is opposite. Yeah, we have the random number first. After that, we want to pick sample from that random number. So here, yeah, the input will be the random number. If like that, we must use norm in, the inverse, yeah, of the normal formula. After that, we just enter, yeah, the random number that we got, and after that, yeah, we just put the parameters of the distribution, which is 120, which is the mu value or the mean value, and the 30, which is the deviation. Then we got this, yeah, we got this value. And this is the pickup, yeah, the pickup sample from the domain based on this random number. Is it clear, student? So it is different, right? Yeah, we cannot use the previous formula again. Why? Because now the data is normally distributed. Okay, we can test, yeah. We can use Excel, desktop share, 0.473. I just memorize it, yeah. So here, okay, then, yeah, this is for the normal distribution, yeah. The mu, yeah, equals to 100, and as the standard deviation equals to 30, yeah. And then this is trial, for example, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then this is the random number. Okay, and this is the pickup, yeah, pickup sample. This is equals to random. And after that, yeah, we must use, sorry, norm dot inf. Yeah, the probability, we click this one, and then the mean, this one, the mu, yeah, and then we log it. Then the deviation will be the ST, this one, and don't forget to log it. And after that, don't forget, yeah, because we expect we got integer number, so here we must use integer function. Enter, we got 75. Like that. Then we just copy down, yeah. This is the simulation result based on, yeah, these parameters, yeah. Mu equals to 100, ST equals to 30, and this is the random number, like that. Then we can simulate, yeah. Let's say if we want to simulate 5 times and we want to repeat again, we just press the delete key, yeah, this one. Then you can see, yeah, the pickup sample, yeah, from the domain. Okay, student. Is there any question, please?
No, sir.
Still clear, yeah? Okay, good. I stop share. I go back again to the screen. Sorry, to the slide. Okay, normal distribution already is done. Now we have example, yeah. A company faces lumpy demand in average of 50 with a deviation equals to 15. Okay, the company produces a product with production cost is following uniform distribution, yeah, with the parameter minimum is 5,000, maximum is 8,000. So it depends on the price, yeah, of the material. Yeah, and the price of the material depends on the price given by the supplier, yeah, for example, like that. So we cannot control. Because we cannot control, then we can assume this is stochastic, yeah, or random. Okay, but based on the historical data, we know the range, yeah, of the material price. Let's say, yeah, the minimum is 5,000, the maximum is 8,000. While the selling price of the product is also probabilistic, yeah, depends on the market condition. In average of 15,000, and standard deviation equals to 3,000. Yeah, so following normal distribution, yeah, and estimate profit of the company based on a Monte Carlo simulation for 50 iteration. Okay, then now I'll go to Excel, yeah, to simulate this this company, yeah. Stop share. I share again my Excel. Okay, I create new sheet, yeah. Okay, so then for the I copy again, yeah, for the demand, yeah. Okay, for the demand, the mu equals to 50, and the standard deviation equals to 15. Okay, and then for the production cost, yeah, the mean equals to equals to 5,000, and the max equals to 8,000. And then for the selling price, the mean equals to 15,000, and the standard deviation equals to 3,000. And then Okay, now we want to simulate, we want to simulate, let's say, for 50 iteration. Okay, so here we create the iteration column first. Iteration 1, 2, 3 until 50, Okay, and then here demand random number. So here we use rand to simulate the demand random number to pick sample for demand random number. Standard deviation, what does it mean? Okay, standard deviation, this one, after we collect data, after we collect historical data, then we can use STDEF, this one, equals to STDEF. After that, we just block the data. Okay, okay, clear? The deviation, you can try to search over the internet, the formula is very simple. I think you already know about this, in Introduction to Industrial Engineering, in SQC, Statistical Quality Control, we already have formula to calculate standard deviation. But using Excel, it is very simple. We just need to use STDEF, equals to STDEF, the deviation. We just block the data, we got the result for SD. Is it clear? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, this is the random number, and after that, because demand is following normal distribution, so here, the simulated or pick up sample or simulated simulated demand, it equals to normal in the probability, and after that, we just put the mean, we lock it, and the standard deviation of the demand, we lock it again. And then, because we talk about demand, so we must use integer function of the Excel, then we got 46, we copy down, and then after that, for production cost, also this is stochastic, so we need to have, random number. Production cost, random number, the same, it equals to rand. And then this is the simulated, production cost. This one is following uniform, not uniform, uniform distribution, so you following uniform distribution, so we must use equals to the minimum, plus the random number times the range, range. So here we need to subtract the maximum value with the minimum value. But we lock it first, minus the minimum value. Like that, we press enter. Okay, this is the cost, simulated production cost. One, then we copy down. Okay, we can check, this value must be fall in between min and max, 5,000 something, yes, it's fall in this range, 6,000 something, yes, it's fall in this range, like that, and after that, the selling price random number, because selling price is also random or stochastic. So here we must use another random number. Okay, so done. And this one, the simulated selling price. So here, because selling price is following normal distribution, so we must use norm in. Okay, the probability, this one, this the random number, and the mean is this one. We just click it. Don't forget to lock, because after this we need to copy down that formula. Then this is the deviation. Okay, then we close it, then we enter. Yes, we got this value, yeah. And this value is fall between, oh no, this is a normal distribution, yeah, I'm sorry. Then we copy down, and then, yeah, and after that, here we can calculate the profit, yeah, of the company. The profit will be, yeah, we can use our logic, yeah. The profit will be the total revenue, yeah, minus the total cost, yeah. So revenue will be the demand, simulated demand, yeah, times the selling price. This is the revenue minus the total cost, yeah, the demand itself, yeah, times the production cost, yeah. So, oh, sorry, this one I made a mistake, I think. This is on the selling price number per selling price. This one, yeah. D7, the demand, times the H7, the simulated selling price, yeah. We got the revenue, and after that, we need to subtract with the total cost, yeah, to produce this demand. The total cost to produce this demand will be the demand itself times the simulated production cost, yeah. And then press enter. And this is the simulated profit, yeah. We copy down. Okay, so then, and if we use simulation, then actually this is the iteration, yeah, the iteration. It means that we cannot sum it, yeah. So we must use average, yeah, average function in Excel. So here, average equals to, yeah, average of that simulated profit. Okay, we press enter. Then we got this value as the average, yeah, profit. So after that, yeah, if we want to analyze, then we can press the delete key to see, yeah, the movement of the profit. So from here we know, yeah, the profit of the company will be from around this value, yeah, until the maximum is 47, yeah, and then. Okay, done. Okay. Is there any question, please?
Sir, can you share the file to us, sir?
The Excel file.
Yes.
Yes, okay, can. After this, I will save and then upload to Classroom, yeah, okay? Okay, sudah?
Sir,
Yes?
for the profit itself, so it depends what kind of information that is available in the case study. If it's not, there's no kind of information regarding the production costs, but some kind of like marketing or labor costs, should we still minus it, sir?
Yes. Yeah, the concept is profit is like that, yeah. The concept is the revenue minus the total cost, right? So as long as you can identify the revenue, it can be from the it can be calculated from the selling price, yeah, times the demand.
Yeah.
And after that, on the cost, you can try to identify the component of the cost one by one, like that. Yeah. Sometimes maybe you have fixed cost. So if like that, if we have fixed cost, we don't need to multiply with the demand.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because it is fixed, yeah, not variable cost.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir, can you show the formula of demand random number?
Demand random number is random, just normal random number like this. Yeah, and for the simulated demand is what? Yeah, because the demand is following normal distribution. Yeah, so we must use norm inf. Yeah, the inverse of the normal function. Yeah, because in Monte Carlo simulation, the input is the random data. Yeah, random number, I mean. So yeah, we must use random number as the input. Yeah, but if we use norm this, then we need to calculate the probability of demand value. But it is not like that, yeah, because in simulation, yeah, the input is the random number. Yeah, so we must use norm in. Excel actually has a lot of function, yeah. If we try to investigate this one, yeah. So here, when we click this, and after that, just focus on the statistic function. This one is statistical, yeah. So here, from here, we know there are a lot of distribution that we can use. Beta, we can use, yeah, beta dis and beta inf.